Hey guys, this is a continuation of my other video. I ran out of video space, and the video shut off. I was talking about this show that we've all got to watch. It's called Derren Brown, and he's the guy who did Mind Control, and, oh, there's a person swerving behind me. And he's a person who did Mind Control, the show, and he's a hypnotist, and it's called Derren Brown Push. It's called Derren Brown Push, and I was explaining how, you know, they got these normal people, and they started making them do, like, little bad things, and then by the end of the night, you know, they pushed an innocent man, 3 out of 4, pushed an innocent man off a roof. So we've got to watch stuff like this. I was just saying, you know, to understand why gang stalking even exists, why, you know, the hierarchy. Our leaders are not our real leaders, but the people behind the scenes. They know how our psychology works, and they know how to get this stuff started in society. I think that, you know, I've said this on the last video, but you know, a lot of our targeters with microwaves, who are hitting us with directed energy, you know, I think they're just evil pieces of shit. But a lot of these people who are in society, you know, who do this gang stalking stuff, who do street theater, or one-light cars, or, you know, follow people around, you know, they're victims of a compliant society, where they just kind of do what everybody else does. There was an experiment that they did to actually choose people for the experiment, where at the end of the night they actually push an innocent man off a roof. They're kind of cajoled the whole night, doing other little stuff, little bad stuff, and then by the end of the night they do that. At the beginning, they have everybody in a room, and I'm not sure if I talked about this on the other video, so bear with me if I did. But they have people in a room filling out an application, and there will be like 3 actors. So the 3 actors, every time they'll ring a bell in the room, and the 3 actors will stand up, and then they'll start bringing in real people. And they'll keep ringing that bell, and the majority of the people will stand up, and they don't even know what they're doing. And there's a guy with his arm hanging out of the car, arm hanging out of the truck, right there in front of me. There's tons of people doing this stuff. It's all unnatural and weird. You know, nobody'd hang their arm out of the truck like that. And they're really going on me, you know. He's waving it and stuff. But it's weird how, you know, people are so compliant, even when they don't know what they're doing or why they're doing it. So we've really got to look at that. We got to look at psychological things like that. And then I don't think I said this on the other video, but, you know, being a TI, I would never do something like that. I would ask, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we standing when the bell rings? I'd never, ever go along with stuff that I didn't think was right. I'm not compliant. And I think that's a lot of TIs. We are not compliant people. Like, we think outside the box. You know, we walk to the beat of a different drummer. And I think that that's one angle of this program. I think that there is an algorithm where certain people kind of cross paths with people with this equipment, and they realize that these people aren't compliant, like me and you, like me and other TIs. And I think that is one angle. There are many angles of why they're doing this. You know, there's testing for the military, testing for consumer products. You know, there's studying the human brain with these electromagnetic frequencies. There's a lot of stuff that goes into this. There's control of society, you know, the gun control agenda, a lot of things. But one of the angles, I think, is to kind of sweep away non-compliance within our society. And I say this because, you know, myself and a lot of TIs that I talk to, we're not compliant at all. We want to know why people are doing things and what we're doing things for, what things mean. We're not worried about what other people think. We're not worried about, like, oh my God, if I don't do this crazy thing, is everybody, you know, I'm not going to be part of the group. We don't care. We do things because we want to do them or not do them. So I think we've got to look into that. You know, that's a question for me. Part of the reason for why they do this program. You know, because a lot of TIs will say, you know, they do it because we're special, we're leaders. You know, we can really affect people in society. And I think from a certain angle that's true. You know, they do go after non-compliant people, people who kind of you know, walk to the beat of their own drummer, and they don't go along with society so much. And I think that's one aspect to it. What else did I have? Yeah, I've just been kind of going through, you know, the mind games. A lot of the signals mess with my visual cortex and my inner voice. You got to just remember that it's not you. You know, it's this. You know, it's electromagnetic signals pushed through a remote station to just mess with your head and make you completely uncomfortable while you're being tortured. You know, still sending the CD out. I sent one out to France this week. So we're sending them to other countries. They really work. You know, it really works to stop a lot of the directed dreaming and remote neural manipulation. You know, for me, unfortunately, the V2K gets louder because they're able to use the noises in the CD. And this person was going to run into me. They weren't going to even let me get out. But you know, they use certain noises in the CD to somehow get the vibrational V2K going. So that is, I have to, if I listen to, I have to listen to it when I sleep, or I'll wake up with burnt, like my eye sockets being microwaved. You know, if I listen to it when I sleep, you know, I'm fine. But sometimes it does get aggravating because the V2K is buffered down, and I think it's helping the V2K overall, like the actual targeting of the V2K and the microwave V2K. But when I'm listening to the CD, it does get louder. And I'm kind of experimenting with that and seeing if it's going to eventually go away. Because you know, Dave's had a lot of you know, feedback where people have had their V2K go away. So, you know, I think that we all just have different kind of delivery systems that they're doing this stuff to us. That's one thing that my attackers will really, really make sure does not go away, the V2K. They don't want me saying, oh, well, I completely, because, you know, at the beginning, I completely buffered out the V2K. You know, I've got the Q-Wave defenders, which actually, you know, tone it down a lot. And at the beginning, I would actually get it to go away completely. But now that, like, they've done awful stuff to me. They want that, you know, they'll do anything and any delivery mechanism to make sure that I keep saying I'm hearing, you know, external voices. And they don't sound like they're coming from my head. It sounds like they're coming from, like, maybe the room over or something, but it's always it sounds like people in a room. You know, I'll even hear, like, somebody come in and say, hey, can I come in? You know, can I come in? Like, they're going into the torture room where these people are playing with all this equipment. You know, so the guy's either got it set up in his garage or a certain room of his house. And then people kind of hang out around the house and do normal stuff, and then they have that one room to kind of do all this crap. But man, I've been watching a lot of the Derren Brown videos. We need to watch that. If we understand things that they're doing to us through neuro-linguistic programming, which means subliminal thoughts and words, you know, things at night that they do to us with directed dreaming. You know, you can. He's a hypnotist, so he goes into a lot of these things that I look at and I'm like, oh my God, you know, they're doing that kind of stuff to me. You know, they did one where, you know, and I said this on the last video. It's called Derren Brown, The Experiments. And I can't remember the name of it, but at the end of it, they got an innocent person to confess to murdering a man. So these are the types of things that they're trying to use on us while they torture us, while they microwave us, while they gang stalk us. They're working on triggers and things to affect our feelings. You know, so we've got to really look into this stuff. It is a part of, like, you know, the human mind and how the hierarchy really wants to manipulate everybody into being in each other's throats, you know, hurting each other for money, doing all these things. It's very insane, and if it keeps going on, you know, there will be a lot more innocent men, women, and children hurt. So it's this has to, like, you know, I know that to some people, and this is just, I want to show everybody that I'm self-aware. So this is me showing off my self-awareness, I guess, or not showing it off, but I know that there will be some people who are not target individuals, you know, who they will look at this video and see a raving lunatic. I get that, and I think as TIs, you know, everybody, we all understand that. The thing is, for me, guys, I don't care. So many lives are at stake here, and especially if this stuff ramps up, more lives will be at stake with this stuff. And the things that they've done to me with this equipment, with this microwave, you know, the electromagnetic frequencies, the V2K, especially the remote neural manipulation with the visual cortex and my inner voice, they're horrifying. They're horrifyingly satanic. You know, so I imagine, you know, children having this happen to them, and teenagers, and I know what I have to do, and I know what God calls me to do here. He speaks to my heart to talk about this and to fix it, and He's behind us 100%. It may not seem like it, but the thing is that humans, you know, are crazy, and they do a lot of crazy stuff, and these people have a window to kind of fool everybody into thinking that it's not happening. So they're going to use it. You know, a lot of people are, but it's a window. This will go away. We will get people aware of this technology, and then there will be less danger in society. There will be watchdog groups. There will be investigations if someone's having this happen to them. People will kind of be able to, you know, say, hey, these are my thoughts or not my thoughts, and we'll be safer when this technology is out in the public. And there's a red one-light truck. Keep note of the frequency that I'm showing this to you at. I erased my other video because I didn't have as much storage space, and I've been trying to, you know, save a lot of this evidence. But they found some way to, the videos that I make, I can't, like, they don't show up. When I connect the phone to the computer, the current videos that I make don't show up on there. Like, I'll have everything else but the videos that I'm currently making, and I can't find them in the files on the phone. So I'm going to really work on that to keep gathering this vehicular stalking evidence. The main evil here is the, you know, directed energy weapons, the stuff they do to our minds and our bodies. But I'm hoping I can just, you know, you look at all my videos, you know, add up all the one-light cars that go by me. It's not coincidence or people forgetting to, you know, forgetting to change their lights out. It's Mercedes and work trucks and stuff like that, and taxis and stuff like that. So it's not a coincidence, and you can see with the frequency that it happens. I did, because I was mentioning evidence, Kathleen Watterson, for everybody in California, she is having her case, I think at 8 o'clock in the morning, in California at the Joshua Tree Courthouse, and she wants TIs. There's a one-light SUV there. She's having her court case against her attacker. She had one, and now she's having another one where the judge will make a ruling. You know, and she's having that on December 5th. December 5th at the Joshua Tree Courthouse in California. So any TIs in California, please go out to the courthouse to support her. You know, she wants a lot of TIs to go out there so that it can bring awareness to our cause. I'm really rooting for her. I hope that you know, the NSA or DHS or the DOD doesn't just come in and, you know, tell the judges what their ruling is going to be, that they have to hide it, and something good will get done. We need to all pray for that. Every TI, you know, say a prayer that a positive outcome happens there. It will bring awareness to our cause no matter what happens, but we need to really, really send all of our positive energy and prayers, you know, to praying that that's a successful case. You know, she says that, you know, even her neighbors behind her are getting attacked. Like, so she is, and they are, and they're in the same neighborhood. You know, then I heard a woman on the conference call last night, and everybody around her, like, some guy moved out and some other person moved in to attack her, and she has people all around her. Kind of like I did when I lived, you know, in my old neighborhood. I had 3 houses around me. hit me with ground weapons while they were hitting me with remote weapons. Now I'm in a